Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Analytics Are For the Nerds, a comedy dynasty football podcast. I get scared every time Allie's not here that I'm going to not nail that. I do that too few times, but nailed it that time. We have a draft. We took a week off, so we haven't talked draft yet. We will be drafting our first BBM of the year here coming up. We'll get you guys a little bit of heads up so you can join the draft with us if you'd like. We'll talk what happened with a shitty 2026 class and what we're excited about with that, if anything, and a lot more to talk about. Let's go.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Once again, gentlemen, I'm sorry about losing your boner. So sorry.
Very clear 101 in this biggest foot in the mouth draft. And the 101, it's very clearly Rex Ryan, because that guy has definitely put some feet in the mouth. 100%. Guy loves feet, his white feet.
Big feet.
Lots of feet in
Little
the mouth,
feet.
I'm sure.
So many feet.
I got to tell you, I am, you know this about me. I've been around for 20 years. You know I'm like 15 years late to a trend, but I'm also like 10 years before the next trend. I could rock out a visor, I think. I could rock it every day and, not for a long time because eventually that trend will spill again. But I think tomorrow I can go out and people are like, he's rocking it. He's doing it right. He's doing it.
Hair and the double mustache and that is fucking gross. So, welcome.
I do want to be clear, though, that I have earned one, and Lou is depressed. There's a big difference. Lou is still trying to convince 16-year-olds he's cool, and they keep telling him they don't want weed from him. They can get it from anywhere.
Don't like it. Still don't like it. Rye, how are you tonight?
Great. Ready for our first draft together. I mean, this is of the season, I should say, not ever, but it's fun to do best ball drafts already. I mean, pre-draft is one thing, but now that you know the teams, at least that's another thing. And then you have a schedule release day, which changes things again. But ready to get in the streets here with everyone here.
Have you jumped in to one yet? I did two.
I have.
Yeah,
Yep,
two.
I have. Yep, and about what I've expected. It stayed pretty similar to the pre-draft values, but there's a couple of odd ones that stand out, and we'll certainly be talking about those tonight. I think there's obviously now is the time to get a head start on that sweet closing line value. So
we'll just be jumping in here in just a minute. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up, and then I'll hit submit so you guys can jump in and see when we're about to hit submit. Let's see. Had a location issue. I hope that doesn't happen again here, but all right. So I'm going to go ahead and hit enter now. And all right, we still have about 8 to fill. So if you guys want to join in, you got plenty of chance here now to jump in with us and draft with us. It is funny that the first day they kind of went pretty quick, and then I was waiting for a little bit earlier in the day on one. And I just I exited out because they don't fill in 5 seconds like they do in July and August, but should fill up here pretty quick. Seven left if you want to jump in. Rye, just I guess biggest takeaways as we're going to get into this and probably talk about a lot of these guys, but biggest takeaways from the draft as far as maybe one or two of your favorite landing spots, anything that you hated?
So I don't think I understand the bearishness on Jeremiah Love right now. I mean, I understand the Cardinals are not the greatest team in the world. And I but the biggest problem and what everyone expected them to do was address their defense. And what is that? I just can't imagine that they're going to draft Jeremiah Love at 3 overall, which definitely was an owner move, right? And then they're not going to just feature him like an absolute workhorse. I mean, I know they're going to be down a lot. That makes a ton of sense because their defense is terrible and they're going to be in a lot of neutral, negative game scripts. But at the same time, if your running back is a major part of your offense, I just can't imagine they're going to get away from him, even in heavy passing scripts. So I've kind of taken the dip on him. I like that landing spot. Obviously, everyone loves the Jordan Tyson spot. That makes a lot of sense. I'm higher on Makai Lemon spot too. I mean, obviously, when AJ Brown gets traded, he's a big riser. But overall, I mean, obviously, this too. It was pretty disappointing from a rookie dynasty standpoint. I mean, just not a ton of great fits, and it thins out pretty quickly in the middle of the first round.
Well, here we go. We got our draft spot, and we're in the back here. We are at
Perfect.
112. Well, it's always great for us. I mean, as far as content goes, it's always good to do that. So don't hate seeing that. Let me turn off some sound here as my phone's going off like crazy. Yeah, I see. Like my favorite guy of that wide receiver tier was Tyson, and to your point, like I feel like he went to the best spot. My least favorite guy of that tier was Lemon. I don't necessarily think that was the worst spot, but I don't like the player, and I don't think going to a Jalen Hurts offense is, the second target is like a huge thing for him. I just don't love the player, so I'm fading Lemon this year. I was so big on Love pre-draft that so invested. I'm probably at like 30% or whatever. That I don't think I want to get to 30% in this tournament. But I'm not way lower on him. I'm not definitely not in Dynasty. I think he has to drop a little bit for the reasons you said. One being negative game scripts, but two, they did give Algier some money, and Algier did just cut into Bijan Robinson for 2 years. So there's going to be a little bit of that. Now Bijan still was elite with that, so it's not like that needs to be your biggest thing. I think that between the negative game strips, he just bumps down a negative, I guess, a little bit, but it's not like much less. There's just a few guys in that area that I might start clicking more. Here at the end of the first, I'm usually hoping for two of these three: Jefferson, Cook, Genty. I think, and this is I think kind of a not so hot takey, but I do think that running back drops off so quickly that.
Yep, I agree. I've been liking to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like getting like 3 out of the top 5 if possible. And if it's the first 2, I don't care.
So if I'm guessing we're not going to get Jefferson or Cook, I'm guessing we're going to get Genty, and then we're going to have to pick somebody else. And if that's the case, then what I think we should do is either go with my boy, we just started talking about him, and move him way up, Jeremiah Love, or we go Bowers, because Bowers is absolutely going to feast, I think, in this Vegas offense. So why not double up with that and get the 2 most interesting, and that sets up a nice late stack for us. That's my only other thought. I know it's unconventional, but I don't like being conventional at the turn, with both picks. I like to kind of, mix it up a little bit. And as predicted, there's Genty, of course. Come on, let's have some fun. Bowers or Love, pick one of the 2.
That's like huge reach here. I don't love that. If you're going to make me go tight end, I'd rather go McBride. I like any of these 4 running backs.
I don't, but
I guess Bowers is more exciting to me, and having the Vegas stack, but I hate that. But I get the next one. There's no need to go unconventional the first 2 rounds. I don't think. I mean, you're just losing value. Where these teams are going to have these guys.
Well, wait a second. How do we know we're losing value if in August Bowers is going at pick 13?
He's not going to go and pick 13 in August.
Okay. So Alvin Silva today on Establish the Run just said he's going to rank him, he thinks, in his first round for
That's crazy. I don't
We'll
see
see.
him jumping McBride, but even if he does, like first tight end's not going to go higher than 20.
You're more confident in McBride catching passes from Brissett?
No, I'm not making that point as much as I'm making that neither of them are worth a first round pick. It's just, to me, that's
Oh,
not
look, this will leave look really dumb, and we won't move on, and nobody will ever watch this and see this again, or it's going to be like, wow, that was such a genius move. Look at these guys; they're on their way to winning $2 million.
And I just don't love going tight end early at all, because I think it's important to get at least 2 quarterbacks by round 9. I want 4 running backs by then. So now you're like, how many wide receivers am I going to have by round 9? Because again, just running back dries up so quick. I would have taken any of those 4 running backs.
Easily. All right, well, you get the next one, so it'll work out.
Hold on 1 second, I gotta mute.
Look at Jeremiah Love still sitting on the board here. We have we're for the audio listeners, we're at pick 22 here. Trey McBride just goes. What a value. Second tight end off the board here. Rashi Rice at 23, and finally at the turn with the 101 drafter, he goes Pickens, and he takes our boy. See?
Yeah, 25. I mean,
25. Who cares? ADP.
Hey, listen,
don't be a slave to the computers.
I'm not, and I'm not. Usually later in the draft, I think up front it just doesn't. It doesn't make sense.
All right. Maybe our boy falls to us. No, definitely won't.
Who would our boy be? ETN.
Yeah.
Or Josh.
Well, I'm not gonna say.
Those are all. I mean, none of them are gonna fall, but I know you love Ibuka, but I would probably want. I don't hate Javonte Williams. I hate taking a running back in that spot because I love Burden. I love Ibuka. Let's see if we get any luck here. First and foremost.
What have you been? Have you been full fading Kyron?
Yeah. I have 0% of them. 0% of them, and I have a lot of Corum. I like a lot. I think Tyson helps Olave. I don't know if how you feel about that, but that's I feel like everybody's like, oh, it's a bad spot for Tyson because of Olave, and people are like, oh, it's a tick down on Olave because of Tyson. I'm like, I don't know. I think both eat. I think that offense can be great.
Yeah, I'm not deterred. I'm not deterred from taking that offense at all. So yeah, it's obviously Olave, and I think we just skip the running back right now. I mean, it's your call, otherwise it would be Ibuka probably.
I like Olave. I don't love Javonte Williams. We could do Ibuka. That does not. I settled for you, so that does not count for my tiebreaker.
No, listen, that's your pick.
No, that is not my tiebreaker. I don't hate that though. It just sucks.
I like this start.
I like that start a lot. It's just running backs become tough here now. You got to hope
we got to hit on one of those for sure. We could eventually too just pull Price up the board. He's been rising, and I'm okay. Honestly, the more I think about it, and putting aside the idea of the player or what you even think about the player, because I don't really care about that. What I care more about is what opportunity he's going to get in that offense, and I cannot see a scenario where Charbonnet comes back before December. So I'm comfortable making that bet and just especially on a running back needy team like this. What do you think?
I'm not ecstatic about it because again, one, I don't love the player, and I know I'm 100% in agreement with you that I always play opportunity over talent. I really don't care. My whole thing is how many times do we see a situation where a guy like Emmanuel Wilson just like starts the year because they want the veteran or guy, whatever, or he wins out. They want to give the rookie the job. And he's just like plods to 1,000 yards and starting for 8 games with them. And Price gets, like a Stevenson, Henderson type of situation. I mean, but we see that almost every year. So I don't want to just assume that he's going to have a huge role there. And again, because I don't love the player, I'm even a little bit more worried about. But because we missed out on a RB2 here, it like almost be a necessity for me.
You do, I think, have to assume he's going to get some role right out of the gate. You're not going to spend the 32nd pick on a running back that doesn't see the field at all. And what I'm betting is that he has to be better than Emmanuel Wilson, right? And I know he's got that happens all the time. Weird stuff definitely happens too. But I guess I'm saying I'm comfortable making that bet as long as we continue to surround that room with other upside shots. But that's
yeah. I mean, if those top 3 go, and whatever, I don't care about talking about this when they could see our queue, but like if those top 3 go,
Swift I like too a lot.
Really? I'm kind of more on Monagai there, but
I mean he's definitely the last of that tier for me. But I mean, if you're looking for likely production
because of all the Monagai hype, I mean, there's a lot of hype around him right now, and so Swift might continue to fall. I would love Montgomery. He's not going to fall that far. I would take any of these wide receivers. McLaurin is an interesting case all of a sudden because he seems to like kind of avoid the offseason. I mean, the Ayuk thing whatever, is still sitting kind of in the air, and seem like they're playing the game of chicken with the 49ers, but that a lot of people feel like that's going to happen. But so far, McLaurin seems to have avoided a lot of competition this offseason. He seems like he might be becoming a value.
Yep, and even unless they make a major splash, which they're not going to trade for AJ Brown in division. So yeah, you're looking at a wide receiver 2 coming in there at best. Yeah, I think he's fine. He's one of those players that you're going to look up at like week 8 and be like, how is Terry McLaurin 8th in the NFL in PPR scoring? Something like that. It's going to happen. I think just betting also on a rebound year from Jaden Daniels is probably a good bet.
Yeah, I think I mean somewhere in between his rookie year and obviously what was last year, right? Like I don't think he has QB3 potential, and I don't even love him where he's going for. Like I don't love that. So I don't have a lot of them, but I do think expecting a return to something close to that is a realistic expectation for sure.
Sure.
And he doesn't need to be 5 to
the mega boomer approach here. Dude Platinum going 4 running backs followed by a quarterback. No wide receivers through
I don't hate that. I don't hate that. I really don't. I don't hate that this year. I'm going to be playing around with builds this year for sure. I'm going to be doing a lot of different things here. Oh man, these guys on too. We'd be almost stuck with Swift. I don't love that. But
I mean, depending on who. Well, let's just see who falls. Okay,
we're gonna get 2 of these guys. I would say just do it.
Just double tap these 2 guys. That's what I want to do.
I
don't want to get in a position where we have to, push up other guys in other ranges.
My other thing here would be Tyson.
I love Tyson. Actually, do Tyson.
I kind of love Tyson. I just hate Swift. So if I could talk into Tyson, I like that.
Sure.
All right. That's good. Right now we're at Janty, Price, Olave, Ibuka, Tyson. We have to overdraft Shuck now to make sure we have him because we have the 2 Orleans guys. So let's put him.
I know, but look at how many badges are in this room. Like, unless the chances of one of these other,
Yeah, you're right. I'm just not going to wait until. So we're at 108, 109 is ADP's 116. Like we can't wait until the next round.
No, that's where we take them.
Yeah.
But we need to also because I've really not been into taking Baker pretty much on any build, even with Igbuka. So we may want to look at another receiving room that we can tap into even late. I mean, obviously I love right around that range too. Wandale, I love the Tennessee offense this year too, and even just getting a piece of that even without Tate, who might start a little slower. So yeah, and in Jacksonville, there's so many different pieces there. We'll find a way to
we'll get there. Yeah.
Yep.
So we're getting into what we're at 6-9.
And if we can have Manangai fall to us in that range, that would be a great arbitrage play because we'll just be able to swap him out for Swift, and that might be a better bet at ADP anyways. I love Fannin this year. I love Kraft too. I mean, we're on the same page there.
We could pair Trevor with some things. I really like Trevor. I think Trevor at QB9 is a really good value. That offense is just so they're I don't know how much we've talked about this, like especially not post draft, but like Jacksonville, I know they kind of got some bad remarks on their draft because of some head scratchers, but like they're my AFC favorite, I think.
I love Jacksonville. I really do. I also, for the quarterbacks that are in that range, I really like Jackson Dart, and he's starting to move up a lot. He reminds me of like the Jaden Daniels before he became Jaden Daniels, where you can get him for those cheap prices. He strikes me as like the only one of these top guys that could enter into that top tier based on his rushing, because he just has like a astronomical ceiling with how much he rushes. And who knows, now Harbaugh might try to rein that in, but he did just go from coaching Lamar Jackson, so I don't know.
I got a question for you here in a second, but one guy that I am think super undervalued at the quarterback position is Kyler. I mean, I know we can't we might still have Addison, right? Well, we have Addison right now. We wouldn't have to draft Kyler, obviously. Now we could take Addison and have that pairing later. Even Hawkinson, I think, is going so cheap that he's somewhat of a value now. I don't hate Addison and one of the tight ends.
I would do Addison and Manangai, or Addison and Fannin, for sure. But
we already have Bowers. Let's take.
Right.
Let's take the tight ends out of this. So, I think the running back, wide receiver would be our favorite, but maybe Lawrence in the mix. Okay, right there, running back, wide receiver.
Yeah, lock it in. Easy picks.
Love that.
Man, now I'm so happy that we ended up taking the 2v2 right there was a major win.
And now let's get Kyler on our radar here. And that would be with the same picks. I think that would be the same.
We would have to double tap.
Right? Double tap here. We would have to get lucky to get Kyler. I mean, not super lucky. But
who's the Jefferson
team? Yeah, that would be who we would be worried about. Let me see if I can pull that up. Let's see, the Jefferson
team. He's already got two quarterbacks. Excellent.
Oh yeah. So yeah. Let's see. We could get that. Would be great. I would do that double tap. We'll start looking around that range and see what else we would do.
And I like this team.
Yeah. It's been.
What's fun too is then we can sit on QB3 and then just get Mendoza late, and
and
that's a great room. I mean, I really like that
great room. I don't even know if we would need a third quarterback, but I like Mendoza with the Raiders. I don't know.
You know what I like about him? I feel like if he would be one of those players, especially at the quarterback position, where like he's going to be coming in like week 6 or something, and then what a boost for the remainder of the best ball season. Like, what if he is a smash? Like, what if he is as good as advertised and clicks on that offense? It's a hyper concentrated offense with very few target earners, right? So I think it's a nice build if we can pull this off. We'll see.
Where are you on just a guy in this range here that I was looking at, and I think he's probably got a pretty polar value. JCM, like, I mean, he kind of, I mean, they avoided the draft. I don't think Katron Allen should be anything that anybody really worries about. But they do they have Rashad White there now. Like,
he is, I think, in a vacuum, I'm okay with the player and making the bet on him. The problem I have with him a lot of times, I mean, there are builds where I find a way to work him in, but the problem I find is that I often want to take some of these other players in this
Yeah.
range, like Wandell, like Casey, like, you know, I mean, for a while you were getting Jaden Reed in that area before he rose. So yeah, there's just other players in the range that I think when you're comparing apples to apples, I'm like, well, I'd rather have this other player. So but he's okay. I think, yeah, I mean, if we had one fewer running back, I would be, you know, obviously making sure we find a way to get one here. But I'm comfortable with where we're at. We don't have to reach. We've been kind of balanced in our picks so far, and that's been helping. Whoa, Nick Singleton, 102. Is that going to get this thrown out? That's not good.
No, I won't get that. I won't get that. 80 picks, but that was just a guy that he had queued, and
yeah,
you know,
that guy really wants. He's announcing he really wants Cam Ward, so nobody else take Cam Ward. Eagle Claw. All right, this is setting up. Come on.
Yeah, this would set up nice. Honestly, I would probably go. I'd tell you to go up. Let's see. He should not take one, but he could take Kyler if he really. Nope.
Yay! Let's go. What a win. Look at this. Look at this draft.
I feel great about it.
Listen, you know what? You were so doubting after that first
I wasn't doubting. I never doubt you. Here after, what are we at? We're at and after 10 rounds, we are at the quarterback position, Tyler Shuck and Kyler Murray. We just took them to back-to-back. Running back, Genty, Price, Manangai. Wide receivers, Olave, Igbuka, Tyson, Addison. So we got the 2 stacks already. Bowers at tight end, got a little bit of LA. So we're probably going to, I mean, whatever. I don't care about talking about this on stream. Land the plane, some things. Maybe Mendoza's an option there. Hawkinson becomes an option. Otten becomes an option. Juwan Johnson becomes an option. And I think any of those 3 guys makes us a 2 tight end build, I think, with Bowers.
Can I just throw 2 other guys into the mix that are not stack or correlation guys, but I find them to be ridiculously priced? Travis Kelce and Mark Andrews. I mean, there is no way in hell that either of those guys should be going at like tight end 20 where they are right now, which, you know, that's just, you know, if we're looking to, that's the next, you know, position. You're right. We could get away with 2 for sure. But I wouldn't mind it being like even just Bowers, Kelce, or Bowers, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we are balanced enough here that we could probably do a traditional 3-5-7-3, but you know, I don't think we need to at tight end. I mean, I think we could even avoid it at quarterback, but I don't hate it at quarterback. I like Kelce and Andrews' value just fine. Chig's another one that I like. And you know, you say not correlated either, but we don't know that. You know, so I mean, when the schedule comes out, we might get some correlation with, you know, guys that are not in our stack. So Cooper Jr. is exciting, best ball player. I don't know how you feel about that. Kincaid, you're totally off of.
Yeah, I can't.
I'm not.
I'm just. I mean, not on this team. I'm not like totally off of him, but I mean, in this build, no way. I have no interest. I really like. Keep going down, unless he was already taken. Was he already taken? Coleman.
Coleman. Who do you mean Coleman?
Jonah Coleman.
Oh. No, I think he's probably no. Yeah, he's got to be ahead of this.
There he is.
There.
I mean, he's another.
Love it. I just don't know his path. I mean, I don't think Harvey was horrible. Dobbins was great if he stays healthy.
Here, let me just make the case. So, Dobbins, I don't think it's a stretch to say he's it could be injured, right? That can happen at any time, and so that docks him immediately. Harvey was okay, but not great last year. And what has Denver been trying to do all offseason? Upgrade that running back room. And so um, Sean Payton has already talked about how Coleman's going to play on third downs. And I just expect that to be a role that could grow in a running back room that's pretty wide open on a team that probably is going to need to run the ball a lot more because Bo Nix's knee is still effed up, and he's got to get another surgery, a cleanup surgery. So I like Coleman. I mean, a lot, and I don't again care about the player. It's running back. It's all about the opportunity. I'll take him in a lot of places this year. I'm guessing.
See, I almost like the player more than the opportunity. So
I like the player too. Yeah, I like. Well, so you don't like the player.
I just don't see his way to snaps year one without a Dobbins injury, and I just don't. I don't love the playing the injury prone angle because I just think that that's more about luck than anything. I know some players just happen to be it, but I try not to play that too much unless they're coming off of a serious injury, which I get it. But I just think he has enough. He's shown that he has enough, juice in the tank to come back from one before. I don't know. I think I'm scared that he even kind of overtakes Harvey early in the year as a guy who's drafting Harvey a decent amount. So here on the board, anybody? Do you like Brooks? There he goes. I think I'd be Kelsey Cooper.
I'm Kelsey Coleman, but it's your choice on this one.
I'm gonna go Kelsey Cooper, I think, and then we'll.
Who would we be in range for the wide receivers next time around, though? Do we know? No, that's fine. Whatever.
We wouldn't know.
I'm just sad that we're not going to get Coleman.
Yeah, we probably won't get him there. No, we definitely won't get him next round. I just like a couple guys here later. Running back too, I don't need that. Juwan should be an option here for us.
I know, but it's also what's frustrating about the Cooper thing is I have a hard time with that price because Dejon Stribling, who has taken 2 picks before him or 2 picks after him, is available in the 18th round. I just and in a better offense with just as much target, opportunity early season at least. So I'm just he's too costly. I have a better feeling about Coleman having maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that sounds
No, I get that. I don't think that's crazy. I don't think that's crazy. We would have to take if we wanted Mendoza, we'd have to take Mendoza a little bit early on this next turn.
Okay.
Which
That's
I don't
fine
hate.
with me.
I like to be honest. But I don't think we could justify it for sure. I really like Naylor in that offense too. You want to just double tap?
I can't get into Naylor.
I think Naylor and Tucker are gonna. Those are their guys. They're not. They might get. Who's gonna go there? It's not Juwan's in Minnesota 2 days in a row. So they got to consider.
You know who's gonna go there, and it's gonna be later in the year.
That could be a guy.
Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill.
Maybe.
I love that fit. He's basically Antonio Brown light. He went out there. So
I hope Jennings falling to us right now would be awesome with the Minnesota.
Especially with the Minnesota buzz. You're right.
I don't think that's going to happen, but that would be pretty cool.
I don't know. People have cooled on,
Yeah. I think, like you said, a lot of badges in here. They might know the.
And if anyone that's in the room is listening, they're saying Jonah Coleman might be out for the entire year. So
out of these, I think those top 3 have to be clear-cut top 3s. But out of this little queue here, we would have to put Mendoza up there too. Mendoza might have to go up to the top. And then Mitchell, Spears, Washington. How would you have those 3?
Mitchell, Spears. I would look for other options.
Really? Oh my God, I love Keaton Mitchell. And Spears, I think too. I think Spears is going to be the guy that. Oh, there goes Keaton Mitchell right after I say that. I think Spears is going to be the guy Dable leans on. I just think he's more of a Dable guy than Pollard. I feel like he's can catch the ball. I just wonder if that's not going to be the guy that works for him the best in that offense. But it's almost free, so it's like
there goes Jennings. That stinks. I like Woody Marks honestly here too because I expect them to run a lot, and
I don't hate Algier either. To be honest, at this price,
I guess he's fine at that price, but I mean, I'm not rushing to the podium to take him. There's no point.
To get him at like 160 or whatever, 157. That's like I don't know, 13th, 14th round for a guy.
I don't want to jinx this, but
Yeah, I know, but you're jinxing it. I think possibly.
Listen.
Maybe they heard me talk so negative about him that they want me to fight you again. What if I made you fade it again? I fought you hard one more time again. So.
I would just leave. Oh, Cupcake. Damn you, Cupcake.
Did he take him? Oh yeah, Cupcake's listening. I would be fine with Jake here and just finishing up our third tight end.
No, definitely not.
Right. Well, I'm gonna let Fernando Mendoza sit.
Yes, go down. Scroll down a little bit.
Yeah.
Hunter, Travis Hunter.
No.
Come on.
I'd let you do it again. Nope. Absolutely not.
God.
Hawkinson.
No. I would take Brenton Strange. Can we go Brenton Strange?
Nope. They just spent a second rounder on a fucking tight end. No.
On a blocking tight end.
I don't care. One of these four.
Oh, gosh, dude.
I'll give you the choice.
No, I don't want. I'm not even picking anyone. Algier, I guess. I mean, Jesus Christ, this is terrible.
This is not terrible, and I'm not going to get to him in time, like Washington.
We're just.
Well, no, that's actually not bad with the Vegas, thing. I don't hate that. It's not like him and Genty are going to have the same role. He's going to be a catching back. I don't hate that.
I tell you what, if Mike Washington has more fantasy points, half PPR, than Travis Hunter next year, I will. What will I do?
Well,
I'll buy a Mike Washington jersey.
You know that's not how fantasy football works, right? Like that's not points over replacement and stuff like that. So
no. What are you talking about? What would have been the better pick? Who has more points?
That's not what that's how it works. It will do it at the end of the year of who would have scored more for this team based off of points up for replacement. Then I'll make that bet with you, and I'll do something crazy because I don't know why you're there on Hunter. He's dead offensively, dead.
You are crazy. You are. Listen, dude.
He's going to play 5 games a game, or 5 plays a game in offense.
You're so funny. You're buying the liberal bullshit out there.
Coaches say I'm buying what the coaches are.
No, he didn't say that. Do you realize it was wrongly? No, listen, Louis.
100% said it.
No, listen. It was wrongly reported. It was actually wrongly reported. The reporter who quoted it actually quoted it wrong, and everyone ran with the interpretation of that and not actually what was said. So. He didn't say he was going to play less on offense. He just said he's going to play more snaps on defense. Those two things can be true at the same time. So in June, when we're going back and we're looking at this clip again, you're going to say, "Oh, I wish I would have been listening to you, just like I wish I'd have been listening to Buka, even though he fell apart in the second part of the season." So
he's not going to be. He's going to be garbage. Garbage. Okay. Absolutely 0%. Yeah. No, I actually shouldn't say 0% because I actually started buying into him a little bit when you were brainwashing me earlier in the offseason. But
Shiva Cup holder knows what's up.
No, I cannot get on board or stay on board. There's too many other good values. Yeah. What about a Trey Harris?
God forbid we miss out on Mike Washington.
I didn't love that, but I would have won Algier if you would have just made up your mind.
This is when you have to start opening your mind to to new ideas, like Travis Hunter being a best ball easy smash pick. I'm not talking redraft, dude. This is easy. You don't have to decide when to fucking start him. He's right there. Oh, that was a bad. That was a bit blown pick.
If he would score twice on our team all year,
He's gonna have 2 pick sixes, dude. You're not even considering that.
They don't score pick sixes. What do we want to do here? I like Samson a lot.
Samson, yeah, get Bigsby out of there. Come on, what are we doing with that?
I mean, that's a high.
No, we're done with running back for now. No Wicks. Hill, Tyreek, our boy Tyreek Hill. Come on down to the Raiders.
Why tight end is like dry?
We don't need it. We don't need it. We've got elite tight end. Just pull Wicks out.
Right, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I like Tyreek. I mean, I think he ends up somewhere, right? Like that. I mean, that 16th round, he could be an absolute steal. The only thing is, he could be a 0-2. So it's like,
well, you know who else could be a 0? Mike Washington. And you know who else could be a 0? Travis Hunter. They're all the same player.
I think we should go 2 wide receivers because of the Hill pick here. 5 running backs were fine there. I mean, we got.
Yeah, I want to focus on receiver for sure. Now I want to start just like taking upside shots. Stribling, put him in there.
Yeah,
he's not going to fall. Brazel, I like.
Brazel's fine. I like Mooney. Surratt. I think Surratt could be like wide receiver 2.
Problem I have with Surratt is that, and I know Jacoby Lane's a different player and might just be more for like return game and stuff, but like, they took, I
think Washington should be up there. I'm lessening on Kirk because I have 70% of them in pre-draft and the draft didn't do them well.
Tank on there, Skyler, go to Skyler Bell. Obviously, we got to get him on there. I mean, I'm sipping the Kool-Aid. Ted Hurst, get some correlation with that's actually top of the list for me. Given that we have Ibuka.
Where's our? Oh, I love Keon, dude. Keon is such an easy.
Give it off. Give it up, dude. Give it up.
Free pick. If you think Skyler Bell is going to be better than Keon Coleman this year, you are absolutely nuts.
Well, so does the team that already drafted him.
Got taken. Yeah. I'm telling you.
So does that person. The market thinks that
they're not. You are a Bills fan. You know what they're going to do. They want to prove so bad that they are right.
Coleman is not going to be on this team. I love that they're
top. You're wrong. They are going to force him down our throats because they're both so fucking, 1, arrogant, but 2, that they know that they can't get anything for him. They know the fucking horror of the press conference, how Pagula did him. They're going to 100% force him down our throats.
Great. They're going to take a 5th round pick for him.
He's going to have 80 catches for like
August.
600 yards.
He's going to go to.
I'll bet you he has 70 plus catches.
Goes to the Raiders for a 5th round pick in August.
Well, then we'll still have this.
We'll have correlation. Oh fuck! I shouldn't have said that.
We'll still have the stack.
Tyreek Hill or Keon Coleman are going to the Raiders. You mark my words.
I like
get Surratt out of there. He doesn't fit. Get Mooney out of there. I mean, come on.
They both fit.
Oh no! We
have to have some form of floor. Mooney gives us floor, and then whatever. I think Mooney and whatever rookie you want.
Did Hurst go? Did Hurst already go?
What? Yeah.
Damn it.
Even Boutte gives you some floor.
No, I'm not.
I like Brazel the best.
Just leave Brazel where he is, and then scroll down on the other list.
I'm going wide receiver only. No, nothing. Keon.
No.
Keon and Brazel.
Fine, but I get one. The next, I get the first decision on the next BBM draft.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna remember this. I'm taking a note right now.
That's fine. They're taking note.
Oh man,
Keon is
Coleman.
gonna.
We're gonna get laughed out of the room.
Keon
Look
is
at
gonna
us.
fucking smoke, dude.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna have 100% of them until he starts getting into the draft. If I could get him in the 18th round I'm going to pick him every time. Because okay, say you are right. Say he gets moved. If anybody puts an asset on him, they're gonna throw the ball to him. Like if someone's trading for him, dude, he is the best 18th round pick that there is. You see those videos of Stevie Johnson? He's fucking moving, man. Dude, Keon's. Listen, I hate the kid, and he's dumber than shit. But I think he's going to. I think the best thing that ever happened to his career was Pagula shitting on him in that thing, because now you have. He's changed, his thoughts, and then two, you have the Bills. If he stays here, they're going to try to prove themselves right. I'm telling you, they're just that's who Bean is. That's who Brady's his little puppet. 70 catches.
You know what? It sounds like I'll bet you, but your plan sounds great until somebody brings an entire tray of cookies into the room, and then you lose them. You lose them.
Here's how we finish up. Tyler Shuck, Kyler Murray, Fernando Mendoza, Ashton Genty, Jadarian Price, Kyle Monangai, Mike Washington Jr., Dylan Sampson. Wide receiver, we got Olave, Igbuka, Tyson, Addison, Cooper, Hill, Tyreek Hill, Chris Brazell, and Keon Coleman, and that tight end, Brock Bowers and Travis Kelce. Man, that feels like $1 million. I know we say that a lot.
If we had Travis Hunter, it would have been, no doubt.
Well, I'm going to keep track of that one.
I think our running back room might be a little concerning, right?
I don't think so. I think I think you get a guaranteed floor from the Vegas. If something, God forbid, happened to Genty, you at least have Mike Washington. I really like Monangai. I am worried about Price a little bit, but to your point, I think he's at least like a guy you want at the end of the year. And Sampson, I think, has a really good floor. I think Sampson ends up. I really don't understand that price. I think you and I have talked about it a few times on the podcast. Like, what is he, 14, 15? And it just is like, I don't know. When Judkins got hurt, he showed he was good and suspended in the beginning of the year. Like, he showed he'd be great in the one opportunity. And then when Judkins was around, he always had a role. So I don't really understand that price a lot. And I do think they're they get a little bit of luck with this Watson thing. I don't want to, I know everybody just hates him, so I don't want to make a hot take about a guy that everybody hates and for rightful reasons, but I think it's the right call. I think it's the right guy. Shedeur Sanders sucks. And I don't think it's political. I don't think it's racist. I don't think it's any of that shit that people, try to make it about Shedeur, and that he's talking to, he's boisterous and all that stuff. And people are I think he sucks. And I think Deshaun Watson was one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And sure, injuries will affect you. And he's coming off of 2 torn knees. Whatever, that might affect it. But being a shitty person doesn't.
Well,
so
I don't think it's racist because they're considering starting Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. And it's not for political reasons because
But if they had decided to start Dylan Gabriel, I would absolutely say that's racist because that dude really sucks.
He's the worst.
So just quickly before we wrap here, I mentioned it pre-show to you. There's a player that I have in these drafts, early best ball drafts, where I have 65% of him. He's a running back. I haven't told you who he is, and I want you to guess who it might be.
Well, after that, I'm thinking it's Jonah Coleman, but
nope, it's not him.
But if it's not 65%,
yes,
it's got to be later on because you can't assure that you can do that early.
That's right. Who's the most absurdly priced later round running back?
Ooh, I know mine. That's becoming my not 65%, but I'm using them a lot. I'm surprised I didn't even mention them here because we were at running back already. You're gonna say like Jordan Mason or some bullshit.
Nope.
Who?
Kamani Vidal. So I'm not a
That's
Keaton.
the worst. Where? How?
Where?
does he get?
How?
Yes.
He
Keaton
was.
Mitchell is so good, dude, and they're so ecstatic about Keaton Mitchell. I don't know how you're down on Keaton Mitchell.
You are such a slappy. It's crazy. I didn't
Dude,
realize
Keaton
you're such a
Mitchell,
slappy.
dude, he is
Dude,
so
Keaton
good.
Mitchell is
So good.
the lore of Keaton Mitchell versus what Keaton Mitchell has actually done in the NFL. It's like the greatest disparity.
Keaton
It's
Mitchell
like
is so good that I'm worried about Hampton shares. That's how good
listen,
Keaton Mitchell is.
you've again, you're not figuring out the puzzle correctly. The the correct thing here is that yes, you should be concerned about Hampton. So he's falling, but the problem that everyone's just like going to this shiny new object that he wanted to bring in, like they're pointing to, oh, they put a pretty high tender on Vidal, who in his spot starts last year performed really well, like
Really
actually
well.
better than Hampton. So they wanted him back. They brought him back. It is the same, head coach. I know it's a new offensive staff, but I'm not sold that if Hampton were to go down, here's what I think, and we don't have to spend the rest of the night talking about this, but if Hampton were to go down, you're not seeing increased work, in my opinion, for Keaton Mitchell. You're just not. He's going to have a role. I agree, but it's not the workhorse. He cannot handle that. So if
I agree
Hampton
with
went
that.
down, it's 100% Vidal, and that's why I do not understand why his ADP is in the 200s right now. He's way more valuable than that in this offense. If Hampton went down. I mean, you're getting handcuffs that go way higher than that, that aren't even guaranteed. Like, I think there's base work for Kamani Vidal too in this offense. So I just feel like he's an easy pick. And I know I've talked about this with our friend Nick Costantino, and he's on the same page as me on this. He can't figure it out either. And I'm gonna not be able to have a governor. Nick actually knows how to apply a governor. He'll stick to like 30%. I'll have like 70% when we're all said and done.
Well, I'm gonna go and try to trade you Vidal in any dynasty leagues I have him in right after this episode. My guy has been Ray Davis lately, and I think we might have even talked about this here, but just like it's crazy that he's going undrafted. The guy's in the most prolific rushing offense in the league as the clear cut backup and handcuff. Nothing has ever shown. Like people like think Ty John, like, and I'm talking about a national level. I don't think anybody local here that like knows the team well would think this, but like people get worried about like Ty Johnson or something. Like he's gonna have anytime that, and it's only been one game. Cook's only missed one game for rest and one game for injury. So the 2 games he's missed, Davis has had monster games both times and showed that like he can do it. Now, can he do it all year or like whatever? No, he probably wouldn't hold up to it. But he might be a guy that scores really big for you a few weeks if James Cook misses any time. I think it's crazy. There's just nobody else on the roster that's going to be it besides Josh Allen might have 60 more yards rushing those weeks or whatever. But I don't know. Just a lot of ADPs and values this offseason have kind of surprised me. I don't know. I always like question myself when I'm so far off. I'm certain in arguing people because I'm like, but I just feel like this is because of a really shitty rookie class and a lot of moving parts a little bit by like depth charts and free agency. I feel like there's a lot to take advantage of ADP wise if you want to take your stances. Speaking of which, before we wrap up here, I got in a couple like arguments just before the podcast on some dynasty values. So I want to ask you, you don't know the arguments, so I'll just ask you and then I'll tell you which side I'm on. But if you, and I know there's 2 different Ryan Mura prices. If I know you, there's a buying price and a selling price. So feel free to give me both. Because I know those are very different when it comes to Ryan Mura trading. But DK Metcalf is worth right now in a dynasty league.
Oh, I don't get like the
nope. Just I'm going to give you that. I'm going to start with him. There's 2 players I'm going to ask you about.
I am not very much interested in him. He's locked into Pittsburgh. I know that they're going to probably draft a quarterback next year, but he'll be another year older. and he's just, I think, going to be a guy who's but with this trade, he kind of just fizzles out. Yeah, I'm kind of lukewarm on him at best, and I probably would throw, like I mean, in this draft class, you're not getting him for a late first, but I'd certainly offer that if somebody's willing to take that. That's easy, but
You'd offer a late first to get him?
sure.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I said 2 seconds. And everybody said
No, that's fair. That's fair. No, dude, DK Metcalf is not what he was before he got traded to Pittsburgh and after this past year. And
I'm saying you saying a late first is saying people thought I was too
right. Oh, that's crazy.
High.
No.
High. I don't think that's high.
In this draft class, you would rather have name your Deshaun Stribling 100%. Over DK Metcalf. I'm taking Metcalf. Sure.
Yeah. 100%. Okay,
I'm out on this draft class pretty much on
100%.
any, for any prices. Yeah.
100%. So totally agree with you on that. Now, this is probably the one where I will admit that I was a little bit off and hot takey and trying maybe to make a little bit of a deal here. And give your buy and sell price if it's different, if you think. But where's your dynasty price on JT right now?
Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah, sorry. Not Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
You're gonna say this is like one of the the height of his value, right? What would I offer to get him? I guess I would offer like a mid first. If I needed a running back, but I also wouldn't do this. Like I'll say hypothetically he's worth that. I wouldn't do it because I'm just not buying running backs that are on, at 26. I'm just not doing it.
Yeah.
Because other than Derrick Henry, that's really not ever worked out for anyone in the past. So, but I think he's worth a mid first. You think he's worth less than that?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I guess I was trying to just, I did a 2 for 2 where I feel like I was pretty in these tight. I'll tell you now, so I can kind of get your opinion on. But like, I think we all agreed a little bit in the argument that it was a 2 for 2 where I was offering Metcalf and Nico Collins in one of those 2 tight end premium leagues for Gadsden and Jonathan Taylor. I think we all pretty much agreed that Nico Collins and Gadsden in that format were equal. And then it kind of got me to be like, well, Metcalf and JT aren't that far off. And I mean, but if you're saying late first to mid first, that's not that far off. And
I guess technically it isn't, but that strikes me as it shouldn't be.
It does feel like when it's just presented to you, it does feel more off. But then when you break it down, like, well, how far off?
You want to know why? I think it's because the mid first is like, okay, you're if you're to the 106, I think you're fine in this draft.
Yeah.
But like a late first is like there's just a cliff, and it may not ever. So I think that's why it feels a little bit different here.
I think I think I was kind of considering, like, at this point the draft class is done, I'm kind of considering 27s, and I feel like any 27 first would be, is going to be looked at really good. So is that difference between a 6 and a 12? How is that difference going to be as big as it is this year? Basically, is kind of my thought process, and also, I was just kind of like agreeing with them about the Nico and that, but I feel like in a traditional tight end premium league, Nico is way higher than Gadsden. You do add the second tight end, and I don't know. I bet you that value, if you look at value charts that the football guys one usually can adjust to point settings, that would be pretty close. Nico for Gadsden straight up. Actually,
I'm trying to sell Nico too. I mean, you may remember last year on this podcast, me telling everyone to try and sell him now, and there's probably one more out right here, in my opinion.
I'm with you. I'm with you. That's why I was trying to move.
Now, and just remember that trade from last year, though, is the Nico Collins, Devin Achane, and Travion Henderson, I think it was for Genty. And I mean, right now, doesn't that look a lot better than it did last year? I mean, all three of those players had their positions look worse now. I mean, Ramondre's back. Achan's got the worst offense in the league. And, I know he's good, and then Collins, they're just going to run the ball all the time. So
Still think it's crazy.
might have been vindicated.
You're trying to justify it, but that's an argument for another day. We will be back next week, hopefully with Allie. Ellie missed today. I should have mentioned her up front. She was in the urgent care with a pulled back. We hope everything's okay, Ellie, and that you got good muscle relaxers and are enjoying the show on your couch, watching YouTube, smiling away at our drafting skills. But for Ryan, I'm Louis G. We will be back next week. Maybe drafted another BBM. Who knows? We might just do one a week for the next 20 weeks. See you soon.